It is time for another 6 indie releases, 6 palettes, and in this video, it is going to be 6 indie collection, indie full things and 6 different looks, because this is truly the season of indie releases, and I even have more indie releases that I could have talked about, but I just simply did not have time. So I'll try to do reels or shorts or anything like that. So follow me on Instagram as well. I do post all my shorts there if you are not interested in watching shorts here on YouTube. But in this kind of a video, I go through some of the newer releases from indie brands. I show you some close-ups, I show you some swatches, I do a look, and we do them one by one, and at the end I come back and I give you my final thoughts and I let you know which one is my favorites. And the contenders for this video is, one of them is actually the newly released new collection by Singe Beauty. This is the Paisley Hoot palette. I do talk a little bit about the lip liners as well. I'm wearing a couple of them today. Clearly, I mean, I'm biased. This one is my favorite. This is my own brand, but I did want to do another look with that one. So that one is included. We also have the new Nomad palette. It's officially called Pacific Northwest. We do have the new Black Cherry palette by Simply Posh. We have the Gothic Romance by Unearthly. We have the Rotten, the full collection by Blend Bunny and May Pang. And then we have the Dark Dreamscape. Again, it's a full collection by Bella Beauté Bar. So I'm going to be doing something with each of these and I'll let you know how I feel about all of them. I am wearing the Blend Bunny Rotten right now, and you can use my code with... except with my own brand, you can use code Angeshka and get some money off. Oh, I think actually that Unearthly right now do not have codes, but with these 4, you can use code Angeshka and you will get some money off when you are ordering from these brands. Of course, Singe Beauty, that's my own brand. I did buy the Gothic Romance myself. This palette I did purchase myself. The other ones were sent to me as PR. Remember, this is not a shop with me video. This is not me showing you all the things that you need to go out and buy. This is just me showcasing what is new and fresh in the indie community. You get to see some swatches. You get to see it in action. Maybe you're interested in some of them. Maybe you're interested in none of them. That's totally fine. If nothing else, this is 6 somewhat colorful eyeshadow tutorials that you can probably get some inspiration from. Let me know which one is your favorite down below. Let's get into the looks. The first look I'm gonna do is gonna be, I even put on my pink top. I'm gonna do something pink. And I will say a couple of these shades do look a little similar to me. But especially like a couple of these. But now that I see them, maybe they're not that similar. But now that I look at it again, maybe in this like more clear light, because I got this palette and I just looked at it down at the dining room. They look a little bit more different. I think I want to do, like, I want to do pink. I want to do pink and I want to do red lips. I love that combo. So what are we thinking? Are we thinking this one? This one maybe? Am I doing like a pink smoky eye? Could that be something? I will start with Burst and then I will do Fresh Pick. I'm not 100% sure. I think I will do just a smoky eye, which is where I will put this dark shadow all the way in, which I don't always do, but today I will. This is a really pretty like purpley burgundy shade. I think that this will look really good together. So I'm just doing this in the crease. I'm just pushing it down. And then Fresh Pick, which is the pinky shade. Let's see how that looks on the edge. Oh yeah, I think this will be really good. And then we'll pick something even darker to deepen this all up. Okay, I blended them a little bit together. This is where we are. And what am I gonna do the lower lash line? I think so. I think I'll do the same colors on my lower lash line. and then we'll find a deeper color. I'm thinking maybe this one, Cherry Bomb. We'll do that too. Okay, time for the darker shade. Ooh, I'm really liking how that is layering. I'm gonna put that in the deeper part of the crease. Like you can see, I'm putting my brush in and I'm just going back and forth to make sure I'm having it in the right position. And then I'm gonna blend it out a little bit. I'll probably do a little bit under my eyes too. And then we can put that pink on top, because I am hoping to make this feel like a pink look. Even though right now it's feeling more like a warm purple look. Okay, so we are at a very, very smoky eye right now. And I'm gonna do this one, the one that's called Sweet. That seems to be like a bright pink with like a slightly warm flip to it. And I'm picking that up on my brush. I am gonna spray it because I do want this to really cover the lid. Do I have a good sprayer? I'm still using this one from Makeup by Mario. I don't know if that's the best one to be spraying with, but here we are. Let me see what we can get. It's a little bit crumbly. I could feel a little bit falling down. But I'm gonna press it into my lid. Ooh, that's really cute. I'm really liking that. And I feel like the look is feeling a lot more pink now. I'm gonna put it all the way in here, but not inside the inner corner. And I'm gonna gently buff it a little bit into the crease to like fade it out. I feel like I got a little bit of fallout. Doesn't that look really cool? I think I'm gonna try one of these lighter shades, maybe this one called Flush. I'm gonna see if I can put that just a little bit. It's definitely not light enough to be an inner corner highlight on me, not by any stretch of the imagination, but it does give a little color, and I think I will keep it like that. I also am gonna use this one. Unfortunately, is discontinued and is very old, but again, I wanna keep this look pink, so I'm gonna use this one from Colourpop. I think it's called Boots. I thought it was Piggy Bank, but that was the other one. And I'm gonna do, Piggy Bank is the orange one that they also discontinued. And I'm doing that, and I've talked about this before, but your waterline can really help to bring out the color in a look if there's something you're looking for. And I want this look to feel pink, so I'm doing pink. Well, that's the first look. I mean, these nails don't go with this at all. Let's take the nails away. But I really like the makeup look. I think it's really cool. I'm a big fan. It's like dramatic, and it is the pink that I wanted, but it is still the smokiness. It's really cool. I'm loving the red lip with it. I have not been doing a red lip for a long time, and I felt like it was time. I have so many indie palettes right now that I use that word very loosely, that I need to film with, that I quite honestly don't know what the next look is gonna be, but you'll find out right now. Oh my gosh, this new palette by Nomad has this beautiful texture that makes it look like an oil painting. Very, very impressed. So, about this color story, I really want to use this one here. It is called Sunbreak. It is like a yellow to almost like a peach shift. And I really want to use it. I also really want to use the one next to it. Here's what I'm suggesting. I am suggesting this one in the outer corner. I think that's going to be great. And then we'll blend that out with a little bit of this one if needed. Maybe I'll actually start with that one, the Foggy Forest. And then we'll do the green and the inner part, and then this green on the lower lash line and the shimmer here. This is what I'm thinking, because I am so ready for that beautiful shimmer. So I'm gonna start with Foggy Forest. And I am gonna put that This is like a very light grayish taupe, and I'm just putting a little bit to help with the blending in the upper part of the crease. This, you can see, this is too light to be anything, but since I don't have anything to blend the red out with, I'm gonna use just a little bit of this in the upper part. Okay, so we're gonna do Perfect Pinot, and I am gonna do that out here. And you can see this is a very like cool toned burgundy, and that's why I think if I put this like little taupey shade underneath, just a little bit in the upper crease, I think it's gonna be easy to blend this out so that I can have the green in the inner part and then just have the shimmer meeting. Because this shimmer isn't necessarily any of these shades. It's a yellow base with a slightly pinky peach shift. But I think because the green, next to the green, the yellow is going to feel like it belongs. And next to the red, the pinky peach shift is going to look like it belongs. So I really think it's going to be great together. So I'm doing this now, and we'll see if I need to reapply a bit once we have everything on. I'm gonna do the one that's called Pacific Crest. And I'm gonna put that in the inner part. Wow, this one is so impressive. I might end up deepening this up a little bit more or using a more dense brush to deepen it up. That can also help. So I'm buffing this up into the inner part here of the crease or the inner corner, just to soften it up and to brighten this part up. And I'm gonna put it in the inner corner too, and on the lower lash line. About like that. So on a pencil brush, I'm gonna do, oh, Olympic Mountains, I've been there. I'm gonna do that on the lower lash line. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. And I'm meeting up with the light green here. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of the Pacific Crest just to blend under, to really make the lower lash line very green and very like blown out. I'm gonna do a little bit more of the Perfect Pinot in the outer corner with a smaller, more detailed brush. I want to see if I can build this up a little bit more, because I do want this to be this isn't exactly as pigmented as I want it, so I might use a little bit of the darker shade at the end. But we'll do that at the end. Let's do Sunbreak. That is the shimmer, and we're gonna meet up with these two. I have a sneak. Watch this be horrible. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is gonna be great, and I am very excited. Oh, there is a fiber. Picks up really good. I am gonna spray this, if I can find something to spray with, because I'm gonna put it, and I don't want a lot of fallout, and I do want this one to be pretty opaque. And since I already put some mattes down, this is usually a good idea. Oh, I can already see I have some burgundy fallout. Oh yeah, I think we can really see the little shift with the yellow to the peach. Okay, I'm actually really liking that. That's looking exactly like I imagined. I always go back with a little bit of pastel after, because when you start blending with pastels, they usually go away a little bit, so it's nice to put them back on. I'm gonna do a little E07 that's very detailed, and I'm gonna do Sasquatch sighting. Is that like the snowman? Is that what you call him? Snowman? Bigfoot. Snowman. I don't know what I'm doing. The Yeti, that's what I meant. Are they all three the same thing? Asking for a friend. I'm gonna do a little bit of that just in the absolute outer part of my lash line, just to deepen it up, and I'm gonna take it a little bit down on my lower lash line just to tie this together. That looks so good though. Big fan. Well, there we go. What do you think? I'm really enjoying this look. I think that it is dramatic enough. I do wish this red was a little bit more pigmented and I could build it up a little bit, but I do really like this color combo, and I think that this is a really cute color story. I do think a lot of people will really enjoy this. There are a couple of, you can see a couple of like shifty special shades in here, which is something that I think that Nomad does really well, which is where they're putting different kinds of shimmer formulas in a palette and still keeping the price tag somewhat manageable. So I'm excited about this, even though this isn't my favorite color story from Nomad by any stretch of the imagination. It is leaning a little bit too on the cool tone side to be perfect for me, but I still really much enjoy this look. I think is my favorite the Halloween palette they released last. Maybe that one, or the Fuji 5 Lakes. I really like the Monteverde Cloud Forest one as well. There's a bunch of really good ones from them, quite honestly. But yeah, this was the second look. Let me know what you think. Let's get into the next one. As I'm filming this look, I have officially swatched all of the palettes that are going to be in this video. You can see this one is swatched. And of course, I mean, I don't even think we need to talk about that, but of course the favorite is going to be my palette. I'm very biased. But if you don't think about my palette, I think this one swatched the most impressively, where I was like, dang, I really need to use this one. So honestly, I could use any of these rows, of course, and get such a nice look. This is like a peach, like iridescent. I don't know if you can see it in this light, but I kind of want to like use the bottom two rows and then a little bit of this purple. So I think I'm going to start with this one, and then I'm going to use this one. And I really want to use the pinks too, and I want to use this peach. So that's what we're doing, because yeah, I'm so impressed. We're starting with Heart's Flame, and this is an EO8, and I am gonna do that out here. These are so pigmented. Like when I swatched them, you know, my favorite palette from Unearthly Cosmetics is probably the one that is the summer palette that came out last year. What is it called? It's like that orangey, what is it called? I'll pop up a picture and you'll see which one it is. That one is just so beautiful. I'm so impressed by that one. But now that I've swatched this one, because it has all of these wonderful mattes, the gradient is beautiful, but still, it's not an expected gradient, because like this one has brown, orange, peach. It's not totally like expected. We have like almost burgundy, then pink, and then we have like a very smoky color, and then going into periwinkle, and same here. It's like almost cool tone, and then like a little khaki. It's a very interesting gradient. It's not predictable in any way. I'm loving the undertones. I'm loving the shimmers that was picked with this collection, and as you can tell, I'm just very, very impressed. And when I swatched this, I was blown away. I swatched it. Did I swatch it yesterday or today? Yeah, because I sat down and swatched through all of it, and I was like, dang, this palette will probably be my new Unearthly palette. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it in the air. This will be my favorite. I'm softening up the edge a little bit, but I am going to be blending a little bit with the peach that was next to it. It's called Flesh and Bone. And I'm just putting that a little bit on the edge, just to blend it out a little bit. You can see I'm doing very little. Okay, on an EO4, I'm going to do Tainted Love, which... that is not an EO4, that's an EO1. Never mind, this is an EO4. These have just been washed, and the shape was looking like an EO4. It was not. This, you can see, this is my first prototype of this brush, or the first approved prototype of this brush, I should say. And I decided to just name them the number that the lab came back with them, because I'm like, it's a little homage to like just the beginnings. But as you can see, mine is still in perfect shape. Looks absolutely beautiful. If you, and this prototype is old, but if you take care of these brushes, they will last you a really, really long time. So I'm going to put the pink here. Oh, that's so cool. And I am going to buff on this. That is actually so fun. And I'm going to do, double checking, this is an EO2. I think I want to do an EO5. All of these are newly washed. This is an EO5. You can see the difference between the ones here. So this is an EO2. It's a little bit bigger. And EO5 is a little bit smaller. And then you have the EO10 that is a little bigger. It has more bristles and it is a little bit more dense. This is perfect for packing in the outer corner and blending a little bit. These are a little bit more loosely packed. So this is just the E10, not EO10, the E10 is just a denser version basically. So I'm doing Crimson Devotion. Let me show you. I'm doing this one, Crimson Devotion. And I'm gonna do that. If I'm a mess. Oh, I'm so happy you can't see what's going on here. And I'm gonna do this in the outer corner. Oh, that is very sexy. Oh yes, I'm gonna do that in the outer corner. I'm gonna do the same on the lower lash line too, like the exact same colors. I'm thinking that will be cute. And I kind of want to do a little bit of that like periwinkle in the inner corner. So this is the pink Tainted Love. I'm just doing a little bit, not too much. Now I'm gonna do the lighter pink. It's called Blushing Apparition. Am I saying that correctly? I feel like I am. I feel like that's a word that I've seen and heard in a lot of like books that I've been reading the past 2 years. I'm just putting that in the inner part, but not in the absolute inner corner. Loving these brighter shades to give a lot of contrast. I'm gonna do some of that on the inner part here as well, or maybe on the entire lid, and then we'll just put the shimmer on top. I think that will actually work out for the better. Okay, the shade is called Golden Veil, and it is the peachy one, and I really want to have that. That is so cool in the middle. I don't know yet if I will work maybe a little bit of the one that's like an icy, this one, Ethereal Light. It has like an ice with a little bit of a pink sheen. I might work that into it just next to it. But I'm loving how this is looking next to that like red and orange. Oh dang, that is so cool. I'm doing a little bit of the dark burgundy shade out here just to blend them in and make sure that I'm still having a matte outer corner, because I don't like the shimmer to go out too far. I feel like that looks sloppy. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, I'm actually gonna do on a, here, I have an EO7. I'm gonna do the Ethereal Light, which is that like icy shade I showed you. I might spray this if I can find. Something to spray with. I'm gonna do that on the side here. Just where they meet. You can see I'm being very precise. And then I'm gonna go back. I've told you this a million times, but a pastel, when you start trying to build on top of it, they usually just kind of disappear. So you kind of have to reapply. But now you see we have the red going to the peach, going to the pink. That's looking like a rainbow. That is so good. I'm loving that. So this is where we are right now, and I gotta tell you, I am in love with this look. I'm actually going to IKEA today, and I'm very excited that IKEA is gonna see me like this. I'm gonna do this one, Moonlit Vow. That was actually really hard to read in the mirror. So I'm gonna do that in my inner corner. I kind of want to just like have the look end with this. It feels almost like a crystal. I feel like this look is almost like it's a crystal. I'm just so excited. Isn't it like a little bit like a crystal? I just think it's so cool. Okay, I'm gonna do, I have some like just pale pink in my waterline. I'm gonna do a liner, and then we can talk about the liquid lipsticks are also in this collection, just before we like end the unearthly segment of this video. I gotta say, I am so impressed with this look and this palette. I think it is absolutely stunning. I didn't really use bronzer today, which I think can tell. Like, I look very flat. I think I need to I need to fix that before I like head out, but the eye look is, I mean, that is something. So I wanted to quickly talk about the liquid lipsticks that are part of this collection as well. This is a fantastic moussey hyper matte liquid lipstick formula. I have 4 different colors. I'm showing you on the side here swatches of the 4 of them. I am wearing Withered Kiss right now. These are cool toned moussey lipsticks. This is the kind of liquid lipstick formula that I love, which is a dead matte formula that is a moussey formula that is opaque, but you can soften it and blur it out if you want to have just a hint of color, and it also doesn't fully dry down, so it is extremely comfortable. And you can like smoosh it out if you want to. Really, really fantastic formula. I am a big fan of it. So these are the colors, and they are very Halloween-y for sure. It will be interesting to see if Unearthly Cosmetics comes up with other colors as well, but I do think a lot of people will appreciate not only the formula like me, but also the cool tone colors of these. So I will say, very impressed with this palette, very impressed with how it swatches, how it performs, the color story, the unexpectedness within the expectedness of this palette. I just think it's absolutely incredible. I think you can tell how impressed I am by this. I absolutely love it. Let me know your thoughts down below, but now let's get into the next one, which I do know which palettes I have left. The next one might actually be another look with my palette, the Singe Beauty, the new Paisley Hoot palette that just launched last Friday. That might be the next look. And I'm actually really excited because I know what I want to do. Okay, so this look is actually going to be with the Singe Beauty new palette, Paisley Hoot, that did launch on Friday last week. So this palette is available now, which feels really weird to say because as I'm filming this, you don't even know this exists, which is really exciting for me. But I'm going to be using the top row, these 3 shades, because I've been doing some looks with those as well. And of course I want to do some looks where I'm not using the matte white, but listen, I am obsessed with the matte white and I want to be using it. So we're starting with Velvet, which is a shade here. And I have a, did you see that? That is Kaisa's hair. I know Kaisa's first was in my eye primer. Of course I want to do as many looks as possible with the palette that I created, because I feel like I want to show you the kind of like creativity that I thought about when I did this palette. But I also don't want to overdo it because of course I want to show you the other things that are available as well from other brands. But I have been really into, and you know, I've been really into creating contrast without using dark shades. So using bright light shades and creating contrast in that way. And we're going to be doing that today with this mustard, which is just freaking fantastic. I love this mustard. I've been using it so much, and I'm so excited to finally be showing you how beautiful it is. You can just use this one all over the lid and blend it into the crease, and that will be lovely. I am wearing this one. I'm wearing Tender Teak on my lips, and then I'm wearing the Naturium Orange Gloss on top. This is just perfect if you want to do like a light orange. Tender Teak is a wonderful lip liner for that. So we are just going to be blending this in. I also probably mentioned this in Friday's new makeup releases, but I did want to change my microphone. I mean, you've heard it, I've heard it. I've had some problems with my microphone. Something is broken, so I did buy a new one. But I've been having so many troubles with that one. So I bought a new microphone from Rode, and I bought it from Rode's official store at Amazon. And I bought a new one in box. I did not buy a used one. That's not what I bought. But they sent me a used one, which I am assuming is a returned one. So mine was in a box that clearly had been opened and also was missing some pieces to the microphone. So I've been really dealing with trying to get those missing pieces back, because clearly they sent me something that wasn't as advertised. And I got a product that was missing pieces. So when I finally got the pieces here, plugged everything together, microphone is broken. It doesn't even work. So now I have to return the microphone, and I'm just gonna go in store and buy one. I am not trusting the internet, because clearly new in box means nothing. So that was really frustrating. So if you're wondering, like, why didn't you change your microphone? That is why. I've really been trying. It's been so frustrating. Because I mean, you hear the noise, I hear the noise. Sometimes a full video goes and it never comes up. Sometimes there's a lot in the video, and I've really tried. Listen, I bought a new microphone, but they sent me one that didn't even turn on. So clearly somebody either got a broken one and returned it, or they broke it and returned it, and whoever received it didn't even check if it had all the pieces, because it didn't have all the pieces, or if it was like actually functioning before they put it up for sale again as a new one, like for sale. And I do think that that's actually kind of, that's bad customer service. I mean, Amazon did apologize to me and they gave me like my money back, of course, but I mean, it's the time and effort that's the part you can't get back. I'm doing the same with a pencil brush now, so it is what it is. I'm doing my best, but I'm gonna return this microphone. Clearly not the one I'm using now. I'm still using my old one. And I'm just gonna go in store and buy a new one. I am over it. I am over it. Also, I just changed I bought a new very mild retinol eye cream. And if you see any crusties, if I'm like have a dry under eyes, I think that's why. But I'm going through the purging process right now. But I do think I'm gonna like it. I did put the yellow all on the lower lash line, and now we are gonna do, we'll have so many clean brushes, I don't even know which one to pick, but I do want to have not an EO 6, I want to have an EO 4. There's an EO 4, and I'm gonna do Shag Rug, which is the white, and we are gonna do that in the inner part. This time I'm not gonna build it too much upwards. I'm just gonna keep it on the inner part of the lid and a little bit in the inner corner, but I'm not gonna like blow it out the way that I've been doing these other times. I'm just gonna keep it a little bit like that. So this is where we're gonna go in with Disco, which is the lightest of the metallics in this palette. It has a lot of beautiful beigey, peachy shimmer in it, and it is pretty opaque. Since I'm putting it a bit on the powders, I'm actually gonna spritz it. And we are putting it where these meet. Oh, I just think this is so cute. You can see this is like I said, it's a neutral shimmer, but it is like high intensity. So it gives a lot of impact because it is so light and pretty easy to build up to be opaque. But you can also sheer it out to be just shimmery. So it gives like a very like versatile effect. Do you want to just sheer it out and be sparkly? Do you want to have a full impactful like opaque result that just gives a lot of like contrast, especially together with dark shades? So I'm gonna like sheer it out here and a little bit over here. And we're gonna go back with Velvet, which is the yellow. And I'm also gonna do a little bit of Shagrog, which is the white. But yeah, that is the look. And what I'm saying is this is very high impact. I'm actually gonna do a yellow in my waterline. This is very high impact without being a lot of darkness. This yellow, I think it's ochre. It is from Glossier. So that is the look right here. And I mean, clearly I am a big fan. I mean, nobody's surprised, but like the brush down, this is clearly my favorite palette. I don't think anyone's surprised. I mean, I made it. This is the kind of neutral palette that I like to dive into, and I cannot wait to show you even more looks, of course, in the future. I mean, we have greens to play with, we have rose gold, we have this, oh, that's probably going to be my next look, to show you how I'm using this wet look shade. So excited, but let me know what you think. I wanted to show something high contrast, but still neutral, but still not too dark. And I hope I achieved that. Also, my friend Karen told me that I look like a mix between Scary Spice and Baby Spice today. And I'm not even mad about it. We are gonna get into a different look now though. I'm not 100% sure which one you're gonna see, but I have a sneaking suspicion it's gonna be the new Bella Beauté bar palette. And you'll see that right now. Okay, I'm gonna be trying one of these bombs to begin with. This one is in Portal. It seems to be like a nude with some like, can you see the purple like shimmers in there? I'm excited. It's definitely more of a bomb. You can definitely see the sheen. I am wearing it together with Majestic Maple. The Singe Beauty Peachy Lip Liner. Really interesting, almost like a little bit cool tone, because the purple sheen does make it cool tone. I did build it up a bit. So we are gonna do the highlighter as well. This one is called just the Dark Dreamscape highlighter. It is almost, I don't know if you can see, well, you've seen a swatch already. It's almost like a little bluey, purpley periwinkle, and it was very intense when I swatched it. So I'm actually wearing a little bit of a purpley blush as well because I thought that would fit. That's actually really impressive. I had a really long time here on YouTube where I didn't like any kind of cool tone things for the cheeks, and now I'm feeling, not that I've fallen back in love with it, but like I can enjoy it too. And I actually think this is one of the better purple highlighter I've tried. That's really nice. Let's get into my favorite thing though, which is the palette. I gotta be honest with you, I do really love this color story. I've already swatched this one, so I can already tell you that some of these shimmers will probably crease on me, because some of these, like this one did swatch a little bit more on the emollient side. It is what it is, not much I can do about it. It is the kind of formula that a lot of people really love. So I wanted to do something, I want to use this corner right here, but I want to do we want to do a purple going into periwinkle going into peach? I think so. So let me start, I'm going to start with this one. this one, Prison World, and then Nightmare Realm. I'm gonna start with those two purple ones. Okay, let's start with Prison World. And I want this to be the main color out here. When I swatched this, I feel like all the colors swatched really beautifully. I know some of the pastels swatched a little bit, like they felt a little bit tightly pressed. But overall, I had no problem swatching, except I could already tell some of the shimmers were gonna crease on me. Why did I take this so high up? What am I trying to achieve here? Purples are always really tricky though, so you never know what you're gonna get. And I'm not gonna be using a different transition shade for this. That's why I'm going in between two different brushes. This is an EO3, which is perfect for buffing out edges and softening them up if you just wanna diffuse even more. Not a super, like, straight out of the gate, like, pigmented shade. I also will say we do have a little bit of an edge here that didn't blend out, but I'll work on that. Well, that isn't perfect, but it is what it is. We're gonna do a smaller brush and we are gonna do Nightmare Realm, which is the darker shade, and I am gonna deepen this up. Ooh, there's a lot of kick up in the pan, so I'm gonna make sure I'm not getting too much fallout. And I'm gonna deepen this up. This is somewhere where I wanna like end up. Just a purple outer corner. I think I'm gonna try and do some of the same down here too. Again, I do like actually, and I think it is really cohesive and looks really good with the look when you have the same on the lower lash line as on the upper lash line. I especially sometimes I feel like a different lower lash line, you have to really think about it, because it could also very easily, I'm going in with a lighter purple, it can really easily, if you're choosing something that's different on the lower lash line, sometimes it can work and it can really complement, but sometimes it can also like not complement and it just makes things look a little top heavy, or like you are having an allergic reaction. So I definitely think if you are unsure if the lower lash line is gonna work, I would say keep it to the same. Okay, let's go in with, this is an EO1. I also want to have an EO4. Let me clean this one off, and we are gonna do Subconscious. It's this periwinkle shade here, and I have a sneaking suspicion this is gonna look great. Let me clean this one off. It had some white on it. And we are gonna do that here. Oh gosh, look at that. I'm just pressing it in because this is where I want it. This is a very light shade, and I can already tell there's a lot of white pigment in it. And the best tip I can give with working with these light, bright shades that has a lot of white in it is to pack it on, don't overblend, and don't think you're gonna be able to blend a lot of things on top of it. Because of the white pigment, some of these shades just are not meant for building on top of. At least not if you wanna get a somewhat opaque result or a pigmented result on top of it. But that looks really cool. Okay, let me clean that off. I kind of want to do Plane of Existence. This is one of those that were a little bit more hard pressed, but I think I can make this work. It's almost like a pastel cantaloupe. That is so cool. EO4 is perfect for packing these kind of pastel shades and then just buffing on the edge because of the shape and because of how the bristles are packed. So this is the foundation right now. This is where we're at, and I was thinking using this one and this one. Astral Projection on the middle of the lid, blending it into this one with like the peach shade and just blending on top of it. And then I might do a little bit of maybe something like this. What kind of shift does this have? A red. No, we're not doing that. Maybe we'll do just this one. Just something that's a little darker. What shift does that one have? It might work. But I'm going to start with astral projection first. Ooh, that picked up more than I thought. Ooh, abort, abort, help. Ah, help. It's so much. Wait, I need actual help. Okay. Let me spray that because I am putting it on some shimmers and I have no idea what kind of formula this will be on the eye. So we're putting this in the middle. I can feel some fallout, but overall, ooh, what a nice periwinkle shade. I love it. That is like perfection. It's a little loosely packed in the pan. Not much we can do about that, but I just wanted to let you know. And I'm gonna take it up a little bit. I kind of want to take it up a little bit more. Ah! Hello? Maybe like that. And then I think with the small EO7, I'm gonna do a little bit of that. It's called Upside Down. Ooh, is that a Stranger Thing reference? It's the darker one, and I'm just gonna put just a little bit on the edge. Just very little, and then I'm gonna do a little bit more of the matte purple Nightmare Realm, just to get the outer corner to still be that is I'm liking. I think when we put the next shimmer next to it, it's all gonna be amazing. So this shadow is called Inception, and that is so delicious. Oh, I am so excited. I'm gonna put that a little bit up in here, but not in the inner corner. Oh, I am living for that. I don't even know if you can see it in this light. It's so crazy. Huh. I hope you're gonna be able to see it better in the lighting once I am done. What kind of lower lash? I was gonna say lower lash line, but like, what kind of waterline do I want to do? Oh, that is so cool. It's a shame you can't almost not see it. It's such a bright, almost neon peach. I think you're gonna be able to see it better once I zoom out, because it's definitely one of those shades that does not get caught in this kind of lighting. Hear me out. I did mascara. The look is somewhat done. Did you really think that this was not going to be an opportunity where I use Colourpop's Prance? You Sweet Innocent Summer Child. We're definitely doing that. I feel like this is the perfect look for that. It's perfection. Oh, okay. Love this one. Still my favorite. Still my favorite. It will take a lot to dethrone that one. A lot. I just think this is so cute. I will say some of the lighter mattes were not as impactful, and like, I want to say they were missing some of the substance that I know Bella Beauté bar normally does in their mattes. They're just a little thinner than what I am used to. I was still able to make a really, really beautiful look, and I am very much enjoying the color story of this palette. I think that is an incredible color story. I know for a fact some of these shimmers will probably crease on me because they feel like the same, but I can always pack them out throughout the day. It is one of those where it's like, it's not a make it or break it kind of a thing for me. It's not gonna make me go like, oh, I hate it, because I don't. I still love how it looks on the eyes. I just need to make sure to double tap the formula throughout the day to make sure to like get rid of the little zebra stripes that I get on my lid. But I do think that this is really beautiful, and like I said, the color story, it's so inspiring and so beautiful. And I also think this highlighter, top at least 3 best purple highlighters I've worn. I actually think this looks really cool and really incredible. I'm gonna have to wear this lip balm a little bit more. I don't have time right now to film lip swatches of all of them. If I have time to film lip swatches of all of them, I'll put that on my Instagram. But some of these have really interesting colors. Like this one is Decay. It's like a black balm with like a pinky purple sparkle. Then we have this one. It's like a chocolate brown with like a pink. It is called Dimension. I also really enjoy the look of this one. This is almost like that green bronze, like pink multichrome, but like in a balm. It looks really cool. But I'm very much enjoying the look, and I'm enjoying that I'm gonna be wearing this look throughout the rest of the day. But I have to sit down and do some editing because a girl is behind on work. But let me know what you think about the look, and let's get into the last and final one. I actually thought I was gonna do the Glaminatrix Royal something something, but I think I'm gonna switch it out actually for the Blend Bunny one, because I wasn't able to do a dedicated video on that because it actually arrived to me after I unpacked it once it had already like released. So I wasn't able to do the dedicated video, so I'll put it as the 6th look here instead, because I cannot wait to dig into that one. You'll see that right now. It is time to play with the Rotten palette. This is so nice. It's like a soft touch. I mean, nobody wants to be touching the mold, but gotta say, this packaging, best packaging they've ever made. Hands down, absolutely beautiful. And then we have the little highlighter palette that can be iridescent shades or highlighters. I think I'm gonna use the one that is the little peachy gold one, I think. I think I'm gonna use this one on my cheeks. And we also have the lip glaze. I need to make sure that it's the right like word for it. So this is wax, and I think I want to do just a little bit as a highlighter. I mean, this is definitely, you can see there's sparkle. This is definitely more of an eyeshadow than a highlighter, but I wanted to see if you could use it as a highlighter. Okay, you can definitely use this as a highlighter. It's really beautiful, but it is definitely on the sparkly side, and the particles are a little bigger, so you can definitely see them. But now I have tried it, because like, how am I supposed to tell you how I feel about it if I don't try it myself? Maybe a little bit too, I don't actually like hate the sparkly highlighter. I think that a sparkly highlighter makes sense in a lot of ways. But this one just has a little bit too big particles to work as a highlighter. It will work better as an eyeshadow. But I've swatched this one and you saw it, beautiful. I want to use this one. I am wearing a combo of Witty Walnut and Ambitious Ash, the lip liners from Singe Beauty that are now available. Oh, so excited. I'm wearing a combo of that because I want to try, I want to try this lip glaze. I want to do like different combos, and I wanted to try a more gray one, but I also think that this one would look so cool with like the muted red, the Radical Rosewood. I need to try that next time. That is really cool. It's very interesting. I mean, here's the thing. So many things are being released, and sometimes all of it ends up being the same. This is very different. Some people love this palette, some people hate this palette. I love it. An all matte palette that has this much range in depth and color, and still interesting undertones, a mix of neutrals and colors with pastels. Oh, sign me up. I love it. Not everything needs to be a shimmer, and I don't know, what is that? powder. That was powder. I am very intrigued by this row here. So we are gonna do these two and then this one and maybe some of the blue here. And I'm gonna start doing a little bit of a halo eye. So I'm gonna start with Spora, which is the orangey red. And I personally get way more excited about mattes than shimmers. So for me, an all matte palette from Blend Bunny that isn't a traditional rainbow palette, I am so excited by that. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a halo. That is so cool. I will never be as cool as May, but listen, I can give it the good college try. I'm doing a little bit on the lower lash line too. I'm kind of just wrapping it around. I know that May herself called this palette that it was like an ugly palette, and I understand what she means with like ugly cool. Like it's so weird that it ends up being cool instead, and it's almost like dirty grungy. I really enjoy these colors, and that's why I knew I wanted to try some of the color combos that she put next to each other in the palette. I wanted to try them myself. So we're gonna do Veil now, which is the darker shade. And I hope this will work out. I'm still using the EO7 and I'm just doing a little bit as almost like a smoked liner now. I'm trying to be detailed because I don't want this dark to take over too much. And I'm gonna do a little bit on the inner part too. Because it's not that I want this to be like as dark as possible. I just want to have that cool combo between the red and the blue. Because I just think it's so cool that she put those next to each other in the palette. I am a big fan. Before I get into the blue shadow, I think I'm gonna do this Asper, which is like a pastel yellow, and I'm just gonna blend a little bit of that just above here and soften this up a little bit because I felt like this got a little harsh. So I think I'm gonna start a little bit with Spoil, and then I'm gonna use, what is it called? Damp. I love using the word damp, and I'm using that on EO1, and I'm gonna put the blue on the edge on both sides, and then I'm gonna put the super light in the middle. So this is the super light damp. It's just a little bit lighter and more pastel-y, so I'm putting that in the middle. As you can see, I haven't blended any edges or done anything with it yet. I'm putting a little bit more of the blue. Now I'm gonna go in with the shade that I had. I'm mixing the two red shades and I'm just buffing a little bit on the edge. I think I might put a little shimmer on top because I will say these pastels are not 100% opaque, but that is really cool. I might put some of that on my lower lash line. I'm gonna do Spoil. That's really cool. Okay, should we try a little bit of we have different kinds of blues. We have one that's more turquoise and we have one that's more like a purpley blue. I think we'll do that one. Why did I do this finger? We're gonna do, it's called Loom, and it's like more a periwinkle blue with a little bit of a purple shift to it, and I think that will be perfect to get that contrast that we're looking for. And I'm only gonna pat this on because I'm not looking for fully opaque. I'm just looking for a little bit of sparkle to catch that red going to blue. That is really cool. I'm gonna put a little bit on the side too because this is sheer, so it's gonna let the red shine through. That is so cool. I think I'm gonna put a little bit more of the dark red as a liner. I think that would be cool. I think I'm gonna use different liners in the waterline. I think I'm gonna use Joyride, which is the red one. And of course I'm gonna use Prance. I just think that this might be really cool. I think you can see that the blue is not super impactful, and I'm almost thinking, what if I put some of this under here too? And then we just layer on top. Just same eyeshadow, but just layering a little bit on top of that liner. Because again, this pastel didn't stick down enough on its own. But I think that is doing a better job like that. So let me see if I can do Veil and just get a little bit of the dark red close to the lash line here, just to define it a little bit. I do think that that looks pretty good, right? It's a very, very interesting look for sure. So this is the finished look with the Blend Bunny collection and the Blend Bunny palette. And I am really excited about how all of it looks. And I think it's a very interesting color story. Does it make me think of rotten food or mold? Maybe not. But also, this palette does showcase actual like mold on, well, a picture of actual mold on the front. And mold definitely comes in a bunch of different colors that you might not think about. I actually did ask my husband, I'm like, do you recognize any of these names that are in this palette? Because my husband is a scientist, and he's like, I am an experimental neuroscientist. Mold is not what we do. If there's mold on the brains, there's a problem. Fair. Fair. I tried, okay? I tried, but I really like this collection. I think it's really cool, and I love that it's an all matte palette. I'm actually very, very excited about that, and I cannot wait to dig into it more. So I have all of the items here. All of the extra, out of the extra things that I've been trying, I think actually like my favorite thing is the purple highlighter from Bella Beauté Bar. That one is really nice, except of course the Singe Beauty lip liners. What can I tell you? I'm kind of obsessed. I will say the formula of the Unearthly lip product is probably my actual favorite, but the colors weren't perfect for me. That's just a personal preference though. Of course, I mean, I'm gonna be a little biased, and of course I love this one. It is lighter but still sturdy. It is a 16 pan, not too many shades. I love the contrast. I love the different shades in here, but I can't be this biased. I think this is a really interesting neutral palette. Clearly. Other than that, I gotta say, I'm really impressed with all of these, and I'm very impressed with how different they are. I love the color story of the Bella Beauté Bar palette. I think it's so fun and just whimsical, and I love these shades right here. Some of the shimmers seem to be that really emollient, more textured formula that might probably will crease on me. I will say, when I wear these two though, that were thinner and not as textured and not as an emollient, I did not have any problems actually with creasing on those. So I was really excited about that, and that's usually how it works with me with Bella Beauté Bar shadows. Some of them crease, some of them don't. I do wish that some of the pastels were a little bit more, had a little bit more substance to them when I work with them, but the color story is just beautiful. I can't lie, that's wonderful. I love this color story. I love that it's all matte. I think it's beautiful. I really do think it's beautiful. I also I think this actually is probably my favorite. The Gothic Romance. I am obsessed because this one is mostly matte, going from really like dark to really light. There is a gradient, but not a super obvious gradient, and then there's 4 shimmers, too dark, too light. Gotta be honest with you, I think out of the 5 that I'm gonna be talking about, I do think that this one is my favorite. If you're more into muted color stories but you don't want to go as neutral as the Paisley Hoot, I think both of these are a really good alternative. The shimmers in this is very, very impactful. I do think some of the mattes are a little bit too similar to each other, and I kind of wish that one of these mattes would have been even lighter, but it's really interesting to see them do a totally different kind of a color story. This one impressed me so much once I swatched it out, and I gotta say, I am so excited to be able to play with this one again. I think it looks and just feels wonderful. Gotta say, very impressed with the quality, very impressed with the color story, especially once I swatched it out. There is something about this one, like meeting between the neutrals and the colors, that make me really excited. So it's really hard to say a favorite, but if I can't say my palette, I'm gonna go with the Unearthly palette. Because quite honestly, I love the look, love working with it, love swatching it, love the inspiration of it. I just had a lot of fun with that one. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know which one is your favorite down below. All the details are going to be in the description box, and I'll see you soon in a new video.